Hey, Hillary, are you there? How have you been? I feel like it's been forever since you and I last spoke.
Oh, wow. Hi there, Lara. Yes, it really has been some time since you and I spoke, hasn't it?
I was thinking about it the other day, and I think I realized that it's been about 5 years, actually.
Oh, yes. I suppose that would make sense. That would mean haven't seen you since the first anniversary of my brother dying.
Yeah, that's right. That's what it was. When Harry died, I guess we kind of just drifted apart after that, didn't we?
I am very sorry for letting that happen. I want you to know that I was thinking about you, and I was worried about you. But I also didn't want you to feel like you had to be with us since Harry was gone. I just didn't want to try and force you to do something that you didn't want to do, and so I guess that's why I didn't reach out.
Oh, you don't have anything to worry about there. If anything, you were doing me a favor. I just know that being around your family would have brought up too many painful memories.
And that's exactly what I was afraid of happening.
But I'm in a much, much better place mentally. I've moved houses, found a new job. I feel like a brand new person. I even find that I'm not thinking of Harry most of the time now. There was a while where he was all that I could think of.
Of course, I can't imagine what you must have been going through, but I'm glad that you're feeling better. I was thinking about how young you still are. You deserve to live all the life you have to the fullest. I suppose that means you might be thinking about even getting married again then, right?
Well, I would be lying if I said I thought I would end up a widow at the age that I am. But I also just never imagined that Harry would have gotten sick like he did. Or that it would have progressed so quickly. It really is such a shame how he went.
Well, I just want you to know that I am sure that he was thinking of you until the very end. Well, you and Fiona, of course. I know that it just crushes him knowing that he wasn't going to get to watch her grow up.
I know. It's like one day he was here and the next he wasn't. But I didn't come to talk to you about Harry, actually. I just wanted to check in on you and see how you were doing.
Well, I am feeling fine, actually. Thank you for asking. Are you okay, Lara?
I'm doing really great, if I can be perfectly honest with you. In fact, I think I've even fallen in love. And so just like you said, I might have a second marriage in my future. I just hope that Harry is looking down and that he understands.
I am sure that he understands. He would want you to be happy more than anything.
I'm glad you think so. What about you? Are you married yet? Seeing anyone?
I still haven't married anyone. I guess you could say that I'm still enjoying my freedom too much.
Oh, I see. So then where are you living these days if you're still not married? I remember that you used to live in that building not far from your work, right?
Yeah, that is where I lived. And it's where I still live now.
Oh, wow. So you're still living in the same place and you're still not married? Doesn't that ever get just a little bit lonely?
Actually, I adopted a cat, so that really helps in giving me some company. Besides, I've always been good at being on my own, so this isn't all that different.
Well, if you say so, but if I remember correctly, you worked for some kind of financing group, right? I bet that after all this time there, you must have been making some serious money now. And since you're not married and don't have any kids, I would imagine that means that you're able to save quite a bit of it for yourself, right?
Well, I certainly won't deny any of what you're saying.
So that I'm right? You do have a lot of money? Is it really true?
I am able to live really comfortably, but I wouldn't say that I'm rich or anything.
Oh man, I knew it! Ugh, I am just so jealous that you get to live like that.
Yeah, but like you said, it's only because I'm living on my own. The savings actually aren't that much if you think about it that way.
Wow, so not only are you rich, but you're also so humble about it. But I'm just glad to find out that you're doing so well for yourself. And sorry for reaching out to you out of the blue like this. I just had the sudden urge to talk to you, though, you know?
Lara, are you there? What's going on? I just got back home now and Fiona is standing in front of my apartment door.
You mean that you just got back now? Wow, that was way later than I thought you were going to be home. And I just figured that if it had been 5 years since we last saw each other, then it had to be the same for Fiona. So I just thought you'd be happy to get to see her. Can you believe that she's already in the 6th grade? They really do grow up so fast.
No, hold on just 1 minute there. Why is Fiona here at my house? And why is she all alone? She's crying and telling me that you left her here all by herself.
Well, I'm sorry, but I've just been really busy with work, and so I was just hoping that you'd be able to take her for a little bit.
Wait a second. You want me to watch over Fiona while you're at work?
I mean, you are her aunt after all. I just thought that you'd be able to watch her for a little bit.
Well, I just wish that you would have mentioned any of this to me before. But either way, I have work that I'm busy with too, and I can't just drop everything to watch Fiona.
Oh, come on, she's an 11-year-old girl. What's the worst that could happen with her there? All you have to do is feed her a little, put her to bed on time, and she'll just take care of herself with the rest. Please, can you do this for me? You don't know how much I would really appreciate this.
Look, I think that you're missing the bigger picture here. You can't just drop your kid off like this.
And what's so bad about me doing that? You're the one who came home late and kept her outside that long. Besides, do you have any idea how hard it is to raise a child by yourself? Come on, Hillary, I thought that I could come to you about this because we're family.
I mean, I don't even know where she goes to school. Is she going to be able to go to school from me?
It's fine. Actually, I haven't even registered her at school at all. So I don't think there'll be any problems.
Wait, what do you mean? Are you telling me that you're not sending Fiona to school?
I mean, when I feel like it, I'll try and teach her some stuff every now and then, but she'll be fine. Anyways, don't you think that she's just the spitting image of her father? She looks just like him, right?
Yes, I guess that she does look just like my brother.
But anyways, I just know that you can take care of her. You live alone in that nice apartment. Surely you can spare the room and the money, right?
Why is Fiona as skinny as she is? Even for a little girl, I think she is still way too thin.
Well, that's just it. I don't have enough money to take care of her, if I can be perfectly honest with you. I really do wish that I could send her to bed on a full stomach every night, but I just can't. You have no idea how tough it is being a single mom. I always feel so terrible having to leave her at home so that I can go to work all day, but I just didn't think that I had anyone I could leave her with. So please, can't you help me out here? If not for my sake, then for Fiona's.
Okay, fine. Fiona can stay here for a little bit. But just how long were you thinking?
You mean it? Oh, thank you. I promise to pick her up from your place once work settles down a bit. But don't worry, I promise that it won't be that long, okay? Thank you again so much for doing this.
Laura, do you know when you're going to come and pick up Fiona from my house? Did you know that she's already been staying with me for a month now? Can you please answer me? You're not just trying to abandon your daughter with me, are you?
I didn't abandon anyone or anything, thank you very much. I gave her to you, like a gift, so I won't be going to pick her up. She's all yours, isn't that great?
Are you serious? Please tell me that this is some kind of joke.
Think of her as a parting gift from Harry. I mean, you didn't have any kids of your own, so it all kind of works out, right? Plus, she'll be able to take care of you when you get old, so it's really a win-win all around when you think about it.
Okay, I'm starting to get just a little bit sick of this, Laura. A child is not an object that you can trade or give to someone.
So you're saying that you don't want her? And here I thought that you had always really liked her when she was little.
That's not what I'm talking about. This is your daughter that we're talking about. How can you do this to her?
What are you going on about? Are you really telling me that Fiona is anything but a burden on me? Besides, I haven't even told the person I'm dating that I have a kid, so I can't just keep her around.
Wait a second. Are you serious? I don't believe what I'm reading.
Well, you better believe it, and you better keep your mouth shut up about it. I mean it. I don't want you blowing my chances to marry this guy.
But why wouldn't you tell this man that you have kids?
Because what if he finds out and then he leaves me? I just don't know how he would react to finding out that I have Fiona.
That's exactly why you should be telling him about the kid. I mean, what are you going to do if you do get married and he just finds out later? If this is really on your mind, then maybe we can look for someone who can take care of Fiona together.
I'm sorry, but I just can't take that risk with this one. I don't want to lose this man. He is really, really rich.
So you're telling me that you'd rather be married to a rich man than have your daughter in your life?
That's exactly what I'm telling you.
Well, don't you understand just how selfish you're being? I mean, you can't just give up on being a parent.
And why can't I? It's my life, and I should be able to live it however I want to. And if my daughter is getting in the way of my happiness, then I have every right to get rid of her.
And you dare to call yourself a mother? Do you think she doesn't realize what you've done? She's been crying herself to sleep every night because she knows that you've abandoned her. Doesn't that upset you? Doesn't that make you sad to hear?
You don't know what you're talking about. You're not married and you haven't had kids of your own. So why do you think that you can lecture me like this?
But then why did you leave your daughter with me in the first place? I mean, if you were going to leave your daughter with someone, shouldn't it have been someone with more experience with kids? Because I'm really the last person that you should be leaving a kid with.
Hey, if you can survive a month, then you'll be fine. Just hang in there.
You break 5 years of silence just to abandon your daughter with me. You just wanted to see if I was in a spot in my life where I could take your kid.
Well, I didn't really care about where you are in life so much as I just chose you to take her. But it is true that you being rich and single made the decision that much easier. And now you can finally spend all that money of yours on something worthwhile. So make sure to spoil Fiona like I wish that I could.
I see. Well, okay, fine then. I guess I have no choice but to watch Fiona. I'll take care of her, so I'll just arrange the adoption paperwork and forward it to you when I need your signature.
Wait, are you serious? You mean that you're really going to go through with this? Wow, this was way easier than I thought it would be.
But I still feel so bad for you, Fiona. And I just know that my brother would be so disappointed in you.
You think you can guilt me with your brother? He's the one who died and saddled me with Fiona in the first place. If you want to talk about responsibility, then let's start with your brother.
You are not about to put the blame for this on my brother dying. He was fighting for his life against that disease and still managed to be a better parent than you ever were.
Ugh, don't even get me started about his disease. That was just such a pain in the butt to deal with. Honestly, by the end, he was literally so useless. The only thing he did for us was dying and getting me paid through the insurance.
Well, at least I feel like I finally understand the person you are. Hello, Lara. I just wanted to let you know that the adoption papers are being processed, but I just want to make sure that you're really sure about this. I mean, you aren't going to regret this, are you?
Of course I'm not going to regret doing it. In fact, I just wish that I thought of doing this sooner. It feels so nice to finally be free of Fiona. Anyways, I have a wedding to worry about now.
I take it that you're still with that rich guy you were telling me about?
That's right. Of course I'm going to be with him. He's going to be taking me overseas for our honeymoon, and it's going to be so great. I'm never ever going to have to wait for anything anymore because we'll have all the money in the world.
Just remember that you sacrificed your daughter for that honeymoon trip.
Oh, trust me, I remember just fine. I thank the stars that I don't have her in my life and thank her for making my life 100 times better.
I'll be sure to tell her that her own mother said that she was glad she's gone. Although, you know, she doesn't cry as much anymore. She's gotten much stronger with you being gone. In fact, I'm sure that she would be happy to forget all about you. In fact, I wish that I could forget about you.
Oh, wow, I'm so scared of you. How dare you talk to your sister-in-law this way? You need to learn some respect.
You're no sister of mine. You're just a horrible, horrible woman who is going to get what's coming to you.
Oh, I see. Well, don't worry. The feeling is more than mutual, and I can't wait to forget you. And it'll be easy to with my new life.
Sounds perfect then. Let's just forget all about each other then.
Sounds good to me. It's just too bad that this is only going to work out for me.
You really think that that's how things are going to go? You think that you're going to be the only winner here?
But of course I am. Just why do you think it is that I've been working so hard to make this marriage work? But have fun being a mom. I certainly don't miss it.
You say that, but things might end up just like they did with my brother. You might think you have everything figured out, but then something bad might happen to your husband and you'll be left with nothing.
What in the world are you talking about? My fiancé is strong and healthy, and he won't get sick like my last man.
You act as if you can actually say that with certainty, but you never know what can happen in life. But I guess I'm glad that you fooled yourself otherwise.
Hey, what is going on? What did you do?
What are you talking about, Lara? I thought we agreed to forget about each other.
Don't you play stupid with me. It's just like what you said, the last time that you and I were messaging each other.
Literally, what in the world are you even talking about? You're not making any sense at all.
You told me that something might happen to my fiancé as well, right? Well, my fiancé just broke up with me. He said that he couldn't marry a person like me.
Oh, so you're just messaging me to tell me that you got broken up with? And it sounds to me like your ex made a good call in realizing how awful you are.
But you had something to do with this, didn't you? Why else would he have chosen to leave me all of a sudden?
It's so much that I did something. Although, I did go to see him, if that's what you mean.
Are you serious? Did you really go and talk to him?
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to let him know about your daughter and what you'd sacrifice to be with him. And I suppose that he just decided he didn't want to be with a woman like you. And I, for one, think that's a good call.
But why would you go to meet with him? I never even told you his name. How did you figure out who he is?
You might not have told me his name, but you've been bragging about this man to just about anyone who will listen. And so, it just didn't take that long to be able to track down who this guy really is.
You managed to track him down? And you told him all about Fiona?
Of course I did. I mean, you were talking him up so much. But you were right. He is handsome, and from what I understand, very rich too. I guess I can see why you would be scared to lose someone like him. But more than anything, he was just a nice person.
What did you tell him? Tell me exactly what you told him. I have to know what he knows.
I told him everything, Lara, all of it. I even showed him messages that you had sent to me about Fiona.
What is the matter with you? Why would you go and do something like that? Is this your way of getting payback?
It has nothing to do with me and everything to do with Fiona. You hurt my niece and you disgraced my brother's memory. I wasn't just going to sit and let you get away with what you've done.
But well, you didn't have to stalk my fiancé and go talk to him, you know. Have you gone crazy?
The only crazy one around here is you, Lara. You literally abandoned your own child. Not only that, but you completely disrespected my late brother, your late husband, I might add. And on top of all that, the only reason you were doing all of that was just to marry someone with money.
Oh, shut up. You don't know anything about my life at all. And now, thanks to you, you've completely ruined my plans. Don't you know about all the debt that I'm in? I was going to use this guy's money to pay everything off, but now I'll have to pay it all back myself.
You really are just the worst, do you know that?
Well, what are you going to do to fix all of this, huh? Are you going to pay off my debts instead?
Of course I'm not going to pay your debts. You took out the money, so you should pay it all back. That's how this works.
But that isn't fair. The only reason I had to take out so much money to begin with is because I needed money for Fiona.
Are you telling me that you used all that money for your daughter? Because I know that's not true. When I found Fiona on my doorstep, she looked like she was barely getting enough to eat. And meanwhile, she was telling me all about the expensive brand bags, clothing, and jewelry that you got out with all the time. You were never using that money for your daughter, and you've done this to yourself.
Well, then you need to lend me some money. Please, I need help. You're the only one that I can turn to now.
I am not ever going to help you with anything, Lara. You have caused enough damage to enough lives. And now that I've stood up for my niece and late brother, I respectfully ask that we go back to forgetting about each other. Either way, it's what I'll be doing.
No, please, you're not really just going to leave me like this, are you? Don't you understand what kind of trouble I'm in? Please, Hillary, you have to help me. You really are the only person that I can turn to. You're all that I have now. Hey, are you even reading these texts anymore? Hello? Answer me, Hillary.
And so, that's how my sister lost her engagement. Not only that, but given her financial situation, she was also forced back into work. After that, I stopped hearing from Lara at all. And then, about a year later after she left Fiona at my house for me to raise, Lara sent me a letter. Of course, the reason she had to send me a letter as well as why I hadn't heard back from her was because I had blocked her on everything. In her letter, Lara told me that she had become sick. She told me that she had ended up with the same one that had taken away my brother. It was one of those times the universe shows you its sixth sense of humor. She wrote about how sorry she was and how much she regretted her actions. I gave Fiona the letter to read as well, but she ripped it up without so much as a second glance. I never wrote a response. But in some ways, I'm grateful for Lara doing what she did. Although I didn't expect to have children so soon, Fiona and I grew very close after I took her in. And it was clear that Fiona wasn't getting the kind of care that she needed from her own mother, so it made me feel good to provide that kind of care. As for Fiona herself, if you couldn't tell, she wants absolutely nothing to do with her mother. But aside from that, she is growing happy and healthy, and is in an all-around beam of sunshine. Not only that, but Laura was right about her. She really is a spitting image of my brother. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.